So we are going to actually start laying down. So go ahead and lay down on your back. Make sure you have your strap, so go grab it if you don't have one. No, please don't worry about it. You're gonna lay down and just bring your knees to your chest. Hold your knees in. And you start breathing down into your low back. Feel the low back expand. Pressing against your mat. Noticing if your spine feels tight. And then keeping the right knee in, extend the left leg down. Inhale here. And as you exhale, hug your knee in, bring your forehead towards your knee. And come back. And I'm going to switch. Knee to forehead. And switching. So going back and forth. Again, extending the right leg down, bringing the left knee in, and exhale, and switching. Make sure you let go of your head every time you inhale. It's only as you exhale that you curl towards your knee. One more time on each leg. Coming back to lay down, bring your arms all the way back. Just deep breath. Reaching back with your fingertips and forward with your toes. When you're ready, bring both knees to chest. You're going to grab your strap if you have one. Extend your left leg forward. Then put the strap around your right foot. Now, if you don't have anything that even can resemble a strap, what I want you to do is grab behind that knee. That's all you need to do, okay? Now, reaching those hands up towards the strap, towards the foot. Keep pressing up with that heel. You can keep your knee bent slightly if it feels like your hamstrings are really tight. We're going to pause here for 4 breaths. 2 more. And as you exhale, grabbing either the foot or the strap or just the side of your knee with your left hand, you're going to cross that leg over. You can bring it all the way down if that feels right, or if you want more of a hip flexor stretch, you can keep it halfway and it's going to reach from your hips to the side of your knee with your IT bend. Now, if you desire more of your spine to be stretched and open, then you bring that leg all the way. So it's up to you. But extending that opposite arm out. Just breathe. Two more breaths. Noticing any restrictions and tightness in your body that usually maybe are not there, but today they surely are making themselves known. And then bringing that leg back up. And you're going to switch. Switching leg again, same thing. Strap, back of the knee, or just grab the foot if you can. Just breathe. Feeling the hamstrings. And the goal is, if you press up to the ceiling with that heel, it will actually help open up the back of your leg even more. So Stay right there. Deep, deep breath. And then using your right hand to cross that leg over. So depending on what's in your way, like for me, my bookcase, then you might want to stay right there. Opening your arm out and breathe. So I got some messages the other day about people saying when they do twisting, their spines popped. And is that okay or is that not? In my experience, it's completely okay actually, because it's just your spine releasing the tension, putting itself back in place. It's kind of you getting yourself your own little chiropractic adjustment. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Only you know if you feel pain and you keep feeling pain within 20 minutes after having done the pose, maybe it was not the best thing for you and you just want to lay off that pose and take it easy, okay? Bring it back to center, let that go. Pull your knees back to your chest. Deep breath. Then bringing the sole of your feet together, open your knees out. So this is when, if you have blocks, you're welcome to use the blocks to put on each side so that your knees can gently rest against those blocks. If you don't have them, don't worry about it. But the goal is that you have your low back arch too much, right? So sometimes if you are letting your knees open up more to compensate for the tightness in your hips, your back is going to arch. So what I want you to do is really tuck that tailbone up toward the ceiling so that that low back can stay against the mat. And bring your arms behind you, slightly bent at the elbows. Just pause right there. Letting that belly expand with breath. Two more inhales. And gently removing the blocks if you had blocks. Pull your knees back to your chest and roll up and come to a seated position. And take a deep breath as you are. If your hamstrings and legs are tight, it's important to open that up before you can even sit into what we call easy pose. Sometimes easy pose is not that easy for most people if your hips are really tight and your legs are very tight. So as you breathe in right now, I want you to start bringing the awareness up to your back and your neck. Do you feel any tensions anywhere? Where might that be? And gently just let that neck rotate to the right, making circles gently. And maybe there's a spot in your neck that needs a little more TLC, so you want to stop there, you want to breathe through that. And then switching sides. Be gentle. Be slow. This is a time right now where we are still all sheltering in place, hopefully. This is a time to slow down. To slow down drastically from our daily life, because when it comes back, it's going to come back full speed. Same thing, find a spot in that neck that maybe needs a little more attention. Pause here, breathe through that spot. And then bring that head back to center. Grabbing your blocks if you have some. If not, please don't worry. You're going to put the blocks on each side of your body. And then gently bringing your forearm down on your block. So start with whichever side you want. Now your block can be high, can be low, or you can have no blocks. But the goal is to not let that opposite hip lift, right? So you want to make sure that both sit bones are pressed down. So lower your forearm down on the block. And then take that opposite arm, bring it up. Let's start by reaching those fingertips straight up toward the ceiling. And I want you to focus on reaching your sternum forward and reaching that arm back. Pause here. And then take your arm, bring the palm of your hand facing down, reach it out to the side. So it's about reaching the pinky towards the floor so that you're hugging your arm to your ear. Now don't round forward. Just keep reaching your heart forward. It's about taking the side of your ribs and imagine you're just trying to just shift them up toward the ceiling. And breathe. You can look down if that hurt your neck. And taking that arm up, I want you to reach it out to the side. So stay where you are. Reach it out to the side. Keep reaching it. Reach so you can feel the stretch in the side of that neck. Inhaling here, and as you exhale, go ahead and look down so you can feel a little bit of a different stretch in the neck. Hold here. Now look back forward, look up, and then come all the way up. And we're going to go to the opposite side. You want to be even. Taking your arm up. Same thing. Just take your ribs and imagine you just rotating them back. Breathing as you are right now. Just keep reaching up with your fingertips. So you're creating space and not collapsing into that bottom shoulder. And take your arm, reach it out to the side. Pinky reaching down. There you go. Keep breathing. Opening the ribs. Then take that arm all the way up, reach it out to the side. And then look down. Really feeling the stretch in the side of the neck. And look forward and up and come all the way up and pause here. And breathe. Interlace your fingers. Place them behind your head. Kind of like at the base of your skull, but not on your neck. Elbows together if you can. Bring your chin to your chest, but don't round that spine. And then rounding a little bit, so you can feel more of that stretch. All the way maybe to the mid-spine, maybe all the way to that tailbone. And reach forward, open those elbows out and reach back. Breathe. And then bring it back, lower those hands down. And see if you can extend one of your legs forward, whichever one that feels right for you. Hold here. Maybe you just heard my hip crack. If you have a strap, you're welcome to put the strap around your foot. Inhale, arms up. Straighten that spine. And as you exhale, fold forward onto that leg. Now try to not round your back right now. What I want you to do is skip so you're hinging from the hips. Keeping your spine straight. Keep that shin tucked down slightly. Elongating the back of the neck. And bring your hands If they touch your toes without you rounding your back, great. If not, put them on each side of your leg or use a strap. Using your exhale to come a little further down. Just a few more breaths. Stay here. And then gently come up. Now don't move anything. I know some of you guys might have already switched to the other leg, so come back to where you were. I want you to take that leg that was in front. You're gonna slightly shift towards your bent leg and then bring your leg behind so that your knee is bent. And hold here and breathe. So the goal is to have both hips be even, so if you have a blanket or something, you're welcome to put it underneath the hips that has the knee that's forward, so that the hips can be even. So hold right here, and then gently you are going to just fold forward. Now, if you have a block, you're welcome to fold forward and put your elbows on the block, or just come all the way down to forearms. But don't lift your butt off your mat. Stay right there. And just breathe as deeply as you can. So make sure that knee is back as much as possible. Not into a pigeon, not with the back leg straight. This is a sort of like adjusted pigeon. A few more breaths right here. Stay. Keep breathing deeply. Send the breath to the hips. And then slowly come up. Bring the legs as they are. I want you to turn towards your back knee. So it could be right or left, depending on which one you chose first. Keep that spine straight. Keep your chin centered to your chest, so don't twist all the way to that shoulder. Keep elongating from the spine and twisting. Good. And breathe. And bring it back center. You're going to go to the opposite side. So twisting toward that front knee. And hold here. So as you're breathing in, just notice if your breath is being shallow or you're deepening it. Are you able to really draw the breath in from your tailbone, letting your belly expand? Letting the breath go up to your chest and flowing out through the top of your head. And as you exhale, feeling the breath coming back down. This is why on your inhale you elongate. And on your exhale you twist deeper. And then bring it back to center. Again, stay as you are. Reach your arms behind you. If you can, without lifting that front knee up. If you can go down to your forearms, go ahead and do that. You can also use a block and just simply lower your forearms on the block. Two more breaths. And come all the way out. Now, don't rush into the next pose. You're going to take that back leg, bring it all the way forward. Bring it forward, grab that foot, and then pull it into your chest. There you go. So you can just hold it here, or you can wrap it if you feel that you are loose enough for that right now. Moving forward and back a little bit. Breathe. The more sedentary we are, the tighter our hips get. And I know some of you guys have heard me say that before, but if your hips tighten, it stops you from moving forward in life. So sometimes you don't know what came first, the chicken or the egg. Like, were you having fears of the future already, then it tightened your hips, or your hips got tight because you sat too much or something else, and suddenly you're finding that you have more fear and palpitation about what might or might not happen. So either way, keep your hips loose. It will help. And then lower your foot onto your thigh. Now, if your foot cannot go on your thigh because your hips are really tight, I want you to just bring that foot forward. If not, go ahead and bring it onto your thigh, and you're gonna scoot it forward and flex it. Then take your bottom foot, scoot it forward, and flex it. If your leg is just forward on the ground, do the same thing, flex both feet. Now, you're gonna feel this pretty severely in the side of that hip, straight into the hip flexors. So I want you to not forget to breathe. And this is not supposed to be comfortable. For some of you guys, it might be. And if it is comfortable and you're like, I'm not feeling anything, then I want you to play with flexing more, both feet. And then sometimes just that helps. So breathe. And folding as much as you can. And if you're like me, this is already pretty excruciating, so just breathe right there. And take 3 more. One more. Then extend that leg forward. Wiggle, wiggle. Then you can bring your opposite leg straight forward. Foot inside. Hold here. Arms up. And fold. And breathe. So again, same thing. Try not to round that back. Try to keep the elongation of the spine by hinging forward from the hip flexors. Keep flexing that front foot. Find the breath. And come all the way up. Now, using that front leg, bring it behind you. Just bend it and then bring it back. Bring that knee back a little bit. Make sure both hips are even. So again, if you feel as your hips are tight, what you want to do, and your hips cannot be even, you want to take a blanket or something to just lift that front hip. Okay, the hip that has the knee bent in the front, that's the hip you want to elevate. And then fold forward, use a block if you want to. So the goal of the deep breath, besides the fact that it comes down your nervous system, it's also, as you're breathing in, it's giving a signal to your body to just open up. And as you exhale that oxygen out, it's giving another signal to your body to just relax. It's that simple. Inhale. Exhale, release. 2 more. And slowly roll up. block to the side. You're going to turn towards that back knee. As you're turning, keep inhale and reach up the top of your head, drawing the breath in from the tailbone all the way up to the top of the head. And as you exhale, this is when you find the twist. A few more breaths. One more. And slowly come back. Take a deep inhale here. Elongate and reach up. Exhale, twist towards that opposite knee. Front knee. Again, inhale and reach up. Exhale and twist. Inhale and reach. Exhale, twist. Come all the way back to center. And now, if you can, you are going to reach back. So you're welcome to put your forearms on your blocks, or you can come all the way down to forearms, but do not lift that front knee. Deep breath, relax your head if you can. Slowly coming back up. You take that back leg. Move the blocks out of the way. Move your back, take your back leg, bring it all the way forward. Grab that foot and pull it towards your chest. Maybe you can wrap it if that feels right. Just find the breath. And bring that foot onto your thigh. Again, if this is too tight for you, leg comes forward. It doesn't mean that both feet cannot be flexed. Bring that leg onto your thigh. Flex the foot. So the foot is on top of the knee, but the ankle bone is not digging in the knee. The trick is about the flexing. Bring that bottom foot forward so it's underneath that top knee. Woo. Hold here, breathe. And as you exhale, gently fold if you can, only as far as you can. So when we work on hips, it's normal to feel things, not just, I'm in pain. That's not just that. To feel emotions, actually, because our hips store everything. So if something comes up, like maybe something you feel sad or angry or happy, whatever that might be, just don't ignore it. Just acknowledge it. Be like, oh, okay. I have sadness coming up right now. What do I need to do? After practice. It's something that my soul desires. And then you just let it go. You let it go for right now. If you got an answer, great. If you didn't get an answer, it's okay. Sometimes the things that get stored in our hips are so old that they just need to be acknowledged and let go. That's all they need to do. It's up to you if you want to investigate a little deeper. And come all the way up. And stretch that leg forward. Jiggle, jiggle. Put both legs forward. And then come back to just cross-legged. Just breathing here. Notice how your body feels. Few more breaths. Check in with your jaw. Make sure it's relaxed. Bring your hands to your heart. We stretch and move our bodies so that we can be more conscious. We can have more breath, can be more relaxed. The more relaxed and calm we are, the clearer mind we get. The more our mind is clear, the more it gets out of the way. The more it gets out of the way, the more we can actually be in tune with everything around us. Maybe messages from your guides. Maybe simply messages from your heart, from your soul. And slowly go ahead and roll down onto your back. Come all the way to your back. Pull your knees in. And grab your feet and come to a happy baby pose. Breathe. And touch the sole of your feet together. Pull your feet towards your chest. And bring your feet up. Back into your happy baby pose. And as you exhale, bring your knees together. Let's take a deep breath here. And exhale, forehead to knees. One more breath. And as you exhale, slowly come into a savasana. Bring your arms on each side of your body. Palms of the hands facing up. Feeling every part of your body relaxing into your mat. Your toes. Your calves. Melting in. Your thighs just slowly surrendering. Your hips and your glutes melting and relaxing, releasing all the tension. Your belly gently lifting up and down. This very soft breath. Your back pressing against your mat. And your ribs opening up to let the lungs take air. Your shoulders and your shoulder blades flattening against the mat as your arms rotate so that the palms of your hands come up. Your fingers being gently relaxed and open. And your jaw falling softly open, taking away the tension. Letting the tongue fall to the bottom of your jaw. Just relaxing. Feeling every part of your face, your facial muscles. Releasing. Your skin gently melting away. The stress, the tension. And your eyes softly rolling into their socket. Are you surrendering to the depth of relaxation? Feeling yourself be fully at peace from head to toe. Becoming only aware of yourself. Almost as if you have a feeling of floating. Being held gently and in love. Imagine yourself surrounded by only beautiful, soft cocoon. Cocoon that's around you, that's there to protect you, hug you, and make you feel safe. And when you are in that cocoon, in that bubble of energy, nothing can happen to you that is bad. Only positive can come in. You are completely in control. As you breathe a little deeper, you feel yourself going in a little more. To a deeper state of relaxation. And maybe as you're laying there in full resting pose, you can imagine yourself in a place that makes you feel safe. It could be your grandmother's kitchen or your bedroom as a child. Somewhere where you feel safe and happy. find that space and go there in your mind's eyes. And really see it, feel it, take it all in. Knowing that at any time in life, if you feel overwhelmed or need for peace and quiet and safety, you can go back to that space in your head. Space of comfort and safety. So gently come back to your body by rubbing your hands together in front of your heart center. Maybe stretch your arms back. And then turn onto your left or right side. And then press all the way up and come to sitting. And bring your hands back to prayer pose. We're going to end class with 3 deep Om. Inhale, thumbs to third eye. Inhale deeply, hold breath. Exhale. Inhale again and hold. Exhale, namaste. May your day be amazing. Satnam.